One small step for checkpoint. One giant leap for mankind.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Jump. How are we doing, everybody? Good afternoon. All right, we got a movie, a gachapon, and a mystery or trivia.
Gohan, you need to focus your energy on the gachapon.
Okay, Piccolo, I'll do it. Okay, Piccolo. No. I didn't say Google. All right, your gachapon today. What? I could have sworn I put that thing. Oh, I see. It's on an island. I'll never make it on the island. Trivia, warm you up for Jeopardy. Lose the glasses. So once we start our game today, I'll take my glasses off. Don't let me forget. Don't do it. Don't let me. Movie game. Your movie prompt today. What's up, Weesh? Your movie prompt today, Zando, is... Oh... This is true. Xenophobia runs as rampant as the ostracized prawns living in this South African slum where one man is slowly turning into a legendary country singer with ambitions of taking down the office patriarchy. Xenophobia runs as rampant as the ostracized prawns living in this South African slum where one man is slowly turning into a legendary country singer with ambitions of taking down the office patriarchy. That's a goodie. That's a goodie, not too tough. Not too tough. All right, and then your trivia for today, Xando. I'll go ahead and get going on that. Chonkers. Not too tough. You need some hints? Well, you know the first one, surely. Surely you know the first one, right? I can give you a hint on the second one. It'll give it away. Let me know if you know the first one. Shirley. Stop calling me Shirley. What? No, really? Oh my goodness. Maybe it'd be better to give you the hint for the second one then, because you'll know the first word. Or you should. The hints that the card gives you are that the hint number one, it stars Sharito Copley. That's a bad hint for that one. I wouldn't know the actor. Prawns is a pretty big hint. And South African. And nerds. We're nerds here. The second hint is tumble out of bed and tumble to the kitchen. That's the second one. Just tumble out of bed and tumble to the kitchen. Oh no, you missed so much. Well, the first hint was that it stars Sharito Copley, but I think that's a bad hint. I think really you could just read the clue again. It's prawns in South Africa, and he's turning into one. No. Why do you ask, please? Of course not. It is District 9 to 5. Yeah! District 9 to 5. Love it. Pour yourself a cup of ambition, Xando. What's up, Pineapple Pope? How we doing? You've seen neither movie. You got to see District 9. It's a great movie. It's not a fantastic movie, but it's a great movie. You want my hot take? You guys want a hot take right now? My hashtag hot take? District 9 should have the same hype as Avatar. It should have the same hype as Avatar because they are equally good movies. One was directed by James Cameron, only difference. Oh snap. Yes. Everybody making such a big deal about Avatar: The Way of Water. That's fine. Everybody making such a big deal about the first Avatar. Come on, man. Come on. District 9, same tier. Also, really, Elysium. Matt Damon. They're pretty much all the same movie, dude. They're pretty much all the same movie. They're all like set in the same universe, but one of them is praised as the greatest movie ever made because it was James Cameron. I need to see Way of Water before I talk more, but the first Avatar is fine. They're amazing sci-fi pieces. That's a good way of putting it. Never saw Avatar, don't plan on it because of how pretentious James Cameron is about it. Yeah, he is. He is very pretentious. He is James Cameron. There's some earned stuff. No, they're definitely not in the same universe per canon. I just mean the same universe. You know what I mean? Like the same feels verse. The ethereal universe, exactly. And that's how you know you're in a group of a bunch of nerds right now. I would see the first Avatar, Xando. I would see the first. Saw Avatar, didn't get the hype, it was good, but I wasn't wowed, have no plans to see number 2. I want to see number 2. I'm gonna see it. It's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to get to see it in theaters. I want to, but it's kind of just... Your trivia. Did you not hear your trivia? Did I not give you your trivia? Oh, man. I threw it in the trash because I was so certain I'd given it to you. That's very funny. Your trivia, Zando, for today is, what U.S. state is named on the label of a Jack Daniels bottle? Which U.S. state is named on the label of a Jack Daniels bottle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You still got 3 seconds. 13. Yes, Zando! We'll give it to you. We'll give it to you. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I know. There's really only 2. There's like 2 states that are going to be named on a bottle of liquor, and you had it. I'll give it to you. You said wait, so I waited. Stop the count. So there you go. What's up, Wise and Lemur? You're here just in time for some Jeopardy. Our Jeopardy question of the day. Just one today. Just one Jeopardy question today. 600 points are up for grabs. First answer I see in the chat. Just to get it out of the way and off the table. You do not have to pose it in the question. We're not doing true Jeopardy rules. I'm not a stickler for rules. I really don't like rules very much at all. So you do not have to say it in the form of a question. So don't waste your precious seconds doing that. Okay. All right. Category is pianos. The answer is the Steinway on which John Lennon wrote this 1971 plea for peace was displayed outside a Texas prison before a 2007 execution. Zando got it. Imagine having 600 more points than you have, Zando. All right, now we have our leaderboard consisting of Zando leading the pack with 4,400, Sneaky Pigs with 2,200 in second, and tied for third is Wise and Lemur and H-Man, each sharing 800 points. Chats in the clap indeed. Chats in the clap indeed. Wise and you missed it by that much. Missed it by that much. Okay. So, don't even know what I'm doing with my winnings. Probably, nothing, because the points are made up and they don't matter. Did somebody pull a gamba? Or are you going to gamba all your points? I see. Can I give out channel points? That would be fun. I probably have, I don't know though, a whole year of these questions is going to be many thousands. Many thousands of dollars. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. We're already, what did Zando have? 4,800 or something? So there's no telling. There's no telling how many hundreds of thousands of dollars we're going to have by the end of this. If we ask these questions every single day, all year long. All right. So, plan for today. If you have the chance, you could go right now and completely change the course of the day. But the current plan of the day, I'm about to unbox something very exciting. Fans of Avatar: The Last Airbender, you need to be here. You need to be here because you're going to want to see what's about to happen. The Avatar: The Last Airbender fans, you need to stick around. We're about to unbox something very cool for Avatar: Last Airbender fans. It might be what you think it is, Wise and Lemur. I'm not sure what you think it is, but I just got it in the mail. So I'm going to unbox that for you guys here in just a second. And then immediately following, we did have a 3-way tie, but I think Bleach just pushed it over the edge to our new arrival list. I already have the 3 games queued up, so whatever it ends up being by the time I'm done with the unboxing is the game we're going to play for the rest of the stream. So there we go. That's the plan for today. I love what James Cameron did with the Water Tribe. Can't wait to see the Fire Nation. Yep, they are attacking next time. So, this is heavy. This is heavy as all get out. But I finally got this in the mail. I kickstarted this, oh boy, 2 years ago? It was in the first year of Checkpoint. It had to have been. Kickstarted this forever ago, but now here we are, finally getting it, finally able to unbox it. Super excited about this for a long time now, and can't wait to see how it turns out and what's inside. But this is the Avatar: The Last Airbender tabletop role-playing game. With some extra goodies and things that I backed there. So we're going to get this unboxed, and we're going to see what we think of this pack and what's inside. I don't even know where to start. There's so much to see. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Let's start with what's on top, yeah? Let's just work our way down, okay? So first and foremost, we have our dice bag here. A lovely little dice bag with all of the nation's symbols on there. Very nice. Velvet. Not velvet interior. Got the nice microfiber cloth interior, velvet outside exterior. It's like a nice navy. If you guys can see the nice navy, and a very, very expensive cinch pull there, if I can get it. Very nice. That's a very sophisticated cinch pull. I'm used to like the wooden or the plastic ones. No. This is a metal cinch pull. That's very nice. Very, very nice. All right, next up on the list. I don't know what this is. We're going to find out. It's been so long. Is it a playing mat, maybe? Is it a map? I think it might be a map. I don't know if this is also a play mat. It's got kind of a like a canvas that you paint on feel. It's got that kind of canvas feel to it. Very nice. I love the attention to detail, all the symbols, all the nations highlighted well there. Look great above the spin wheel. You think so? Right up there? Maybe. Next up, inside of that, we have a little coin. It's a little coin piece. Let's see if I can. Maybe. Yes. Got a little coin there. Maybe a marker for the map. So maybe you could use this to illustrate to the players. This is where we are on the map. That's gonna be my guess for what that is and why that is the way it is. All right. Next up, we have the role-playing game mini books. So I think this is each individual campaign. So this is not a guide as much as a campaign book that you actually follow. Let's find out. I'm pretty sure I bought the whole set. So when you break into these bad boys, you have the first set there with both the avatars on the front, and then you've got each book for each nation. Now I don't know what's inside each of these. Let's give a little look. Let's give a look as to what's inside here. The first one, oh, it is just straight up a notebook. Okay, so these are not the playing guides. These are just notebooks. Are they all notebooks? Dope. Okay, so I guess you could potentially give these out to your players if you wanted to, or use them as a DM to keep up with notes. To keep along with what's actually happening in the role-playing game, but very neat. I love the look of them. They feel good. They're sturdy paper, good weight. Everything feels good about it. All right, next up, we've got the Combat Action Deck. So this is the Combat Action Deck, the cards that I'm assuming take place within the game. Avatar Legends role-playing game features expert fighters, be they flame-wielding firebenders, ice-throwing waterbenders, or mech-driving technologists. Eventually, you'll face foes who won't quit without a fight. That's when combat exchanges begin. The Combat Action Deck makes combat exchanges as smooth and easy as possible to play. 9 sets of stance cards, one for each player, the basic techniques tied to each stance card, art of your favorite legendary characters, 28 status cards to track whether you're empowered, doomed, favored, or more. Let's give a look at what they look like in the inside here. Oh man, they're packaged on the outside and on the inside there. So you've got your little cards to keep track of how you're playing. Am I gonna have to go and watch the anime again? I'm worried I might have to go watch it again. Okay, so you've got your status cards here on the front. These are nice. These are like slick. Got an inspired set here. You've got empowered. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nice. And you've got favored. Love it. Okay, and then you do have, sure enough, some different like style cards here. These don't have art on them. There's evade and observe, advance and attack, defend and maneuver, evade and observe, advance and attack, defend and maneuver. Okay. And you've got one of those for each of the, oh, cool. You've got one of those for each of the nations. So you'll have like Aang there. You got all the nations there. All the peeps. Lots of different art. Cool. Very cool. All right, let's see what's next. All this stuff looks so great. It feels great too. It's nice and weighty. Love a Kickstarter that puts the money where the mouth is. And Lord knows they made enough of it. Next up is the dice pack. So sure enough, we did get the dice here. And we're going to break into these bad boys, see what's inside. I got a feeling it's dice. Now the question is, do I want to get rid of the packaging and put them all in the dice bag? Or do I keep the packaging and then put them in the dice bag? Or do I just keep them in the packaging? The options are endless. Okay. Avatar Legends, the role-playing game, helps you tell your own heroic tales in the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. This pack of engraved dice contains 6 pairs of 6-sided dice usable in Avatar Legends, the role-playing game. Each pair beats the color and symbol of one of the 6 different trainings of heroes in the world: airbending, waterbending, earthbending, firebending, weapons, and technology. Put the packaging in the bag. That is a better option. I think you found the truth there. You guys can get a good look at what those dice look like up close. Very nice. Very nice. And not dots. Interestingly, not dots. They did actual like Arabic numerals here. Very smooth. I like the polish, like the finish. I guess we got to be technologists because those are the purple dye. We'll keep it in the box for now. We'll keep it in the box for now. Ooh, maybe I'll just break the box. Don't break the box. Okay, pop those over there. And now the heavy part. Heavy part is the actual book. The whole thing. The adventure guide. And then everything you need to play. The actual game and the guide there. Let's take a look. An exciting compilation of new adventure material and play options. Wan Shi Tong's adventure guide expands the play material found in Avatar Legends role-playing game with new NPC legends from every era, new techniques for each of the 6 trainings, and new character archetypes packed with unique moves and character arcs. In addition, Wan Shi Tong invites you to explore the Avatarverse in new and exciting adventures from every era. You might rescue a mentor from the clutches of evil villains, help negotiate peace at a prestigious summit, aid a Fire Nation defector as they flee Fire Lord Ozai's wrath, or even recover long-lost air nomad artifacts. Okay, it looks great. Let's take a little jaunt through the book here. Table of contents. You've got different chapters. So you have a chapter that you're able to explore called the Library, NPC Legends, Playbooks, Earth and Root is an adventure. Fire and Brimstone is an adventure. Ash and Steel, Air and Wind, Water and Mist, and then some techniques in the actual appendix. You got a lot to work through here. A lot to explore. It looks really good. I love the OCs, man. Oh, that's not an OC. That's just guitar. And then Sokka, Suki, Toph, Tai, Zuko, Sami. Very cool. Very, very cool. I'm down. I'm down. That's exciting. So this is a little expansion booklet there. And then we'll look at the actual, like, original main booklet right here. Adventure across the 4 nations. Avatar Legends, the role-playing game, brings you and your friends into the beloved setting of Avatar Legends as new heroes of your own stories. Weave tales of self-discovery and action with your team of friends. Go penguin sledding while you're at it. In this RPG, you might face off with the triple threat triad in Republic City. Travel through a spirit portal to rescue a missing child. Negotiate peace between Earth Kingdom outlaws and the Sages Council. Pursue enemies and mysteries throughout the 4 nations, and even learn a thing or two from beloved Avatar Legends characters. Dope. The Last Airblower, correct. So now all I need is people to play. Now we have the game. The game is here. Now we just got to play it. There we go. So this is the actual booklet for the real campaign. Same basic setup as the other book. It has this table of contents explaining how to play the game, and then it has some oh no, I don't think this one does come with any built-in adventures. Yeah, I don't know if this one actually has adventures. It might have just been the other one that came with adventures to play. Look at that art, man. That's gorgeous. So it's going to break down all the rules in here, break down all the kingdoms, break down the actual practices of training, tell you how to play, what you need to play, explaining through the world. Oh, it's awesome. Each of the different areas that you can go to throughout the game. What era you want to actually play within. Things that make sense for each era. Notable people within each era. Awesome. Awesome. So what we need to do now, what needs to happen next is, OBS has crashed. We're just going to ignore it. We're just going to ignore it. As long as we're live, dude. As long as we're live, man. Who needs OBS? I mean, look, we were live whenever OBS had crashed for like 3 hours the other day, so it'll be fine. What I was saying was, what we need now is I need to watch all of Avatar again, and then as soon as I'm done, we need to have a 0 session. I don't know how, Bweesh. I don't ask questions. So there you go. That is our full Avatar Legends unboxing of all the cool stuff that we got. We got the dice, we got the extra campaigns, we got the bag for the dice, we've got the map, we've got the playing coin, and we've got 5 notebooks there. Very cool stuff. I don't know if they still have their Kickstarter up, but if they do, you should consider investing in this. This is very good material. Hard quality stuff. Really good. Very impressed with how it looks, with how it's going to play. I'm sure will be fun. We'll look into hopefully playing it sometime soon in the Checkpoint community. It says it only takes 2 to 4 hours, but I wonder how many campaign sessions. I mean, I guess it'd be 2 to 4 every single time, right? We could at least do a 0 session and maybe like a session 1 just to play, and we can see how we can go from there. But This is Avatar Legends. I'm going to put this out on YouTube, so everybody say hi, YouTube, in the Twitch chat here. If you're watching us on YouTube, I appreciate you watching to this point in the video. If you watch this late, odds are it means that you probably enjoyed this kind of content. If you liked this video, be sure to let us know down in the comments or just by clicking that thumbs up button and letting us know this is what you want to see more of. So we do this kind of stuff sometimes on Twitch streams. Normally we unbox Manga Spice Cafe. This one's pretty rare, but I like unboxing Kickstarter stuff and I would love to do it more. So if you enjoyed this, be sure to let us know. Maybe let us know which, well, no, that sounds like how about which Avatar The Last Airbender character is your favorite? Who's your favorite character? Who's the one that you just relate to the most? Whatever it may be, let us know down in the comments which one might be your favorite of all of them. And with that, I'm going to let you know 3 things that we believe to be true about every single one of you out there, regardless of whether or not you believe in God, don't believe in God, go to church, don't go to church. We're still Checkpoint Church, and we believe 3 things to be true about every single one of you. Number 1, we believe that God loves you, like really, really loves you. Number 2, we love you, we want community with you. That's what we're doing here on YouTube and over on our Twitch channel, where this originally aired, and on our Discord. And number 3, we believe that you, yes, you matter. You are a person of sacred worth. The world is a better place. Why? Because you are in it. Folks, with that, thank you for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye! Okay, now we're back to Twitch. You're not too late, musical Bible nerd. We're still going. We're still going. Just had to wrap up a little short video so that I have those resources to do later. You guys are just seeing behind the scenes. You should update to OBS 29. I'll have to look into it. I haven't gotten the update ping yet. But whenever it started crashing was whenever I updated last time, so. It crashes every day. It crashes every single day. Yeah, I'll force it after this. We'll make sure it happens. I'm gonna go take off this hoodie because I'm absolutely roasting alive. And then we'll be back for our new arrival of the day. New arrival. Okay. Yeah, that's much better. It was cooking. I was cooking alive in here. So it looks like the people have spake, and what they have decided on is that we're going to do our new arrival of the day, Buc-ee's. Yep, absolutely. All right. Our new arrival, for those of you that don't know, on our VarieTuesdays, we have 3 options. Really 4. The 4th option could be a limitless amount of options. So technically we have 3 options and then another one. First option is we're going to continue playing Outer Wilds. They did not choose that, so that'll probably happen on Thursday. Second option is a bonus stream, because I have so many bonus streams backed up, we just kind of vote on what to do for them. They did not vote for that. The third option is a new arrival, where we go through my backlog. RNG one of the lists off of my backlog, and we play that game. That's the one people chose. So we're playing a new game to me, a game that has been on my backlog forever, and it's actually one that I'm super excited to play because I think this is a pretty well-beloved one that I've just never gotten the chance to play, but I have a feeling I will quite enjoy. It's Titanfall 2. No, it's Baba Is You. Baba Is You. This game really has been on my backlog forever. Titanfall? I don't even own Titanfall. I would literally have to go buy Titanfall. It looks like Jate and Zando have both played this previously. So we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it today. Which probably means we need to turn off Spoofy. Next Tuesday we will campaign for Titanfall 2. So that brings up an interesting point. Our fourth option that isn't really an option is make a recommendation. And so if you want to recommend a game that we'll play, then we'll add it to the voter, and if people vote for it, then that's what we'll play for the day. I do have to put like a hard cutoff at like an hour before because I have to go buy the game and download it. And so if that happens, then that happens. But that's always an option out there. So it's those 4 options every Tuesday. Our VarieTuesday keeps pretty active and fun. So there we go. Let's get into Baba Is You. I'm going to get you to play Yakuza. Man, I would love to. That's another one of those that's just been perpetually on the backlog. Does this have controller support? It do. Controller support it is, then. I started playing the very, very first one. Or excuse me, the negative first one. I started playing 0. Yay! There we are. All right. Spoofy. Everybody say bye, Spoofy. Let's see if it goes auto full screen. It did. Did it recognize it? It did! Yay! Ooh, wow, it's got like a cool border that almost perfectly matches OBS. Can you guys hear it okay? Let me know if you can, can't, anywhere in between. Baba is you! You is Baba. Oh, it's Baba. Baba Wall. Another one. Baba Wall Rock. Baba Wall Rock. Flag. Baba Wall Rock flag. Ooh, more flowers. Okay. Baba is you. Baba is you. Flag is win. Wall is stop. Rock is push. The greatest gamer. Baba is you. Where do I go? I don't know. Oh, okay. Wall is stop. Baba is you. Flag is win. Start is pause. Rules. Baba is you and wall is stop. Okay. Where do I go? Wall no longer stop because I pushed stop. So flag. Oh, I got to push flag to win. Flag has to be win. I see. This is a game dev game. I hit a hard wall with this game after like 2 hours. Well, that's almost exactly when our stream ends. No! Oh, wait, wall is not stopped, so I can't win. Flag is win. Ha! The greatest. Big brain time. Now what is this? Baba is win. Baba is win? No, I is wall. No! Oh, flag is stop. Flag is not stop. Can I push stop? I can. I'm gonna get creative. Let's get creative. No, no! Go away. Flag is win! Yes! Yes. You cannot stop me. Out of reach. Water is sink? No. Rock is push. Flag is win. Wall not stop. Wall is stop. Wall is stop and wall is blocked in, so I cannot change wall. That's sad. Can I step over stone? Oh, I can destroy stone. Okay. Yes! Thank you, Bleach, for your lurk. Hey, thank you for the follow. To Tobby? Tobly? Tobly. Thank you for the follow. Skull is defeat. No. Rock is push. Well, I can push so many rock. Okay. Well, I want rock to be win. Oh, I can't push through. No. Okay. And why wouldn't we? Yes, I want to restart. Of course, I'm going to try again. Right. Nothing I can do up here. Can't move them at all. I got it. I got it, maybe. Maybe I got it. I think I got it. No! If I cover it, does that work? Or do I just have to move is? Ha ha ha! The greatest gamer continues his reign! Ha ha ha! Yes. I cannot be stopped. Volcano. Baba is you. Rock is push. Lava is nothing. Lava is hot. Lava is hot. Baba is melt. No! Baba is lava? Can Baba be lava? No. No. Can Baba be lava? No. Lava is you? Okay. All right. That was ominous. I mean, I understood what I did wrong now, but man, that was weird. Okay, wall is stop. Baba is you. Baba is you can only go two ways without me destroying myself and as I understand myself. Rock is lava? No. Lava is push? Lava is push. Can lava be push? Yes! Oh, I greatly enjoy this. This is a joy. This is a gas, if there ever was one. Off limits. Okay, rock is stop, skull is defeat, flag is win, Baba is you, wall is stop. I don't know. Wall is Baba? Oh no! Oh, that's crazy! Alright, Baba is... Wall is Baba! Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, this game is so silly. Grass yard. Okay. Baba is you. Flag win. Grass is stop. I need to make flag is win. But I can't. I see. Understood. I understand the assignment. I do not understand the assignment. I thought I did, but I do not clearly. I thought I did. I'm wrong. I'm incorrect. I thought I understood it. In fact, I am mistaken. Can I change grass to stop? No. I cannot. How do I get flag over there? Can they both push each other? They can. Okay. Got it. Do not got it. Oh, but the wall doesn't stop. The wall doesn't stop. Okay. Yeah. Wall does not stop, so stop dealing with grass. Flag is win. This is just teaching you coding. That's really fun. No! Curse you, Baba is you. Flag is win. Yay! All right. Now my question is, why locked? Why locked? Oh, I need 3 flowers to pass. Okay. Jellyfish. The lake. Ooh, this is no longer the game I was playing. It is, in fact. Never mind. Wow. How deep is this? Okay. Lava is you and sink. Jelly is sink. Wall. I died. Wall is stop. Okay. Okay. I don't know what I did. I became wall? Why is that such a bad thing? What do I do with you jellies? You silly jellies, what do I do with you? Maybe wall is sink? I don't see another is. I think the wall is stop. Yeah. See, that's not gonna work. No! I don't know. Baba is you and sink. That'll just stop the game, right? I don't know. Okay. I don't know what I did, but I did it! Yay! I did it! I did so good. Okay. Turns. Skull is defeat. Baba is you. Crab is nothing. Flag is win. Star is sink. Rock is push. And wall is stop. Yeah, skull is defeat. Makes sense. Yes. Yes, thank you. Very good. Good and goodbye, I said. No. No, crab. Oh, curses. Oh, no. sure that was the answer. This is one of the first things I played when I got my Steam Deck. I had to really push its limits. Interesting, is this game intensive? You wouldn't think it, you know? Ha ha ha! Oh, you're being silly. I got you. Well, you never know. Sometimes people will tell me that, like, certain games are, like, graphically intensive that don't appear to be at all. Kiki is move. Kiki, do you love me? Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. How do I tell them where to go? How do I tell them what direction? Can't. They're just going back and forth. Kiki is push. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't mean for this to be. Oh wait. Haha! Yes! The greatest! The only thing I've played that really pushed my Steam Deck is RE Village. Cyberpunk was the one that pushed it for mine. And it did great. Pillar is push. Flag is win. Star is defeat. Bubba is you. I don't know what to do. Can I now walk on Bill? I doubt it. No. There's no ands anywhere. I mean, I guess I could cover defeat. I cover defeat. Did that before and it worked. What's what? But why? I think I got it. 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 Think I got it. Think I got it. Think I least I know one way to get it. Whether it is the way. It's an way. Nope. Aha! Man, it feels so good when you get them, huh? It feels real good to get them. It feels real good to get them. Brick wall. Whoa, very small. Okay, Baba is you. Flag is win. Oh, let's stop. Why so zoomed in? Okay, well, I mean, it's obvious, right? Baba is win. I is win. I is win. That was easy. That was too easy. What's that? The submerged ruins. Baba is you. Wall is stop. Grab flag is defeat is win. Flag is defeat. I don't know. To get anything there, I have to. No, I don't. But what am I doing? What does this mean? What difference does this make? Makes no difference. Melting my little brain. No, I pushed it too far. Okay. So that didn't help much. Dude, what? What do I do? My brain! My brain! What, dude? What am I doing, man? My brain is melted. I have no idea. Just doing the same thing again. Somehow the rock has got to be me, and I don't know. That can't be right. No. What? I have no idea, dude. No! Stinking game. Oh, come on. How do I get an is? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I don't know. I don't know, and it's hurting me that I don't know. Has anybody smarter than me figured this out? I'm having a panic attack here. I gotta solve it. Baba is you. Wall is stop. Flag is defeat. Nobody is win right now. Rock must be pushed. There's literally no other way to start it. Rock has to be pushed. And I can't get Rock out of here without pushing Crab and Flag. I can't get Crab out. The only things I have to play with are Crab and Rock and Baba. Baba is wall. Rock is wall. Rock is wall. Rock is wall. Let's try it. Rock is wall. Wall is push. No. Wall is push. Rock is. Man, I was so certain. I don't think push is wall is a thing, right? Wall is push. Okay, I got another plan. Got another plan. This is a long plan here. This is a long plan. Get ready for it, dude. This is a lengthy one. First things first, Rock has got to be you. Rock is you first. No, I need that is. Now I want to push it down here. Please don't burst into everything. Okay, good. Right. Oh no, it's up too high. Oh no! Oh, to go this far. To go this far. Hang on, that won't work. What? I'm all confused again. I want to make the rock the wall and destroy the crab. Can I do Baba is you as rock? Goodness, this is so obtuse. I can't do them both at once. What is happening? Oh my goodness, my brain is just exploding. It's just melting out of my ears. It's just melting out of my ears. I want to make the stinking rock the wall. That's all I want to do. That is literally the only thing I want to do. See, if I do that, I gotta push it all down. Oh my goodness. What do I need to do to make this happen? I want the rock to be right there, and then I want it to turn to a wall, and then I want it to no longer be a wall. I don't think that's an option. Why? Why? I mean, all I'm doing is pushing it all down to the bottom. There's just truly nothing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I can solve it. I feel numb. I feel numb. I have no idea, you guys. Zando, if you remember, feel free. Feel so incredibly free to tell me the answer. Or to even give a gentle nudge in the proper direction. Because I cannot properly describe how much I do not know the answer. This is like a bonus level. And so that's my fault. That's on me. I can't do Push's crab, right? No, don't tell me I was close. Win! Win! Why can't Push be crab? You is crab? Can you be crab? Baba is crab? Can Baba be crab? Please? Does it always have to be a square matching up to a non-square? When was I close, Stained? Because I'm getting... start, move the rock next to the word crab, and then rock is you. Restart it. I don't know. I have done that, Zando, but then there was another one. Then rock is you. Oh, no! No! That's not what I'm telling you to do. I'm so discouraged that I can't get it on my own. I've tried everything, though. Oopsie. This does not feel very greatest gamer of me right now. Stand, I await your every beck and order, beck and call there. You were too slow, Stain. You were too slow. I started trying things. Move yourself down past the crabs while moving the rock at the same time. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel sad. I feel sad about it. What's up, H-Man? Oh, this is just another of the same thing. This is another of the same thing. It's the same thing. But now there's just a jellyfish in the way. Same puzzle. Same puzzle, different day. This time must be the sacrifice one. Oops. Nah. Die, crab, die! like this game. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I need rock to be push. I need it to be push. This is exactly my type of game, and that might be what makes it even worse. Because I'm absolutely here for the challenge. What's up, Wit? How we doing? I definitely... Why is it still Baba? Why is it still Baba? It wasn't supposed to keep being Baba. It was supposed to go back to Rock. Why is it still Baba? Come on. Why is it still Baba, dude? Get out of here, other Baba! Get out of here! Go! Get down there. I'll get you if I need you. I'm losing it! I'm losing it. It's gone. The brain is gone. Why is Baba Rock? Rock was not supposed to stay Baba when Baba was no longer Rock. We gotta do easy levels. We gotta do easy levels. I can't handle this anymore. I can't keep doing these hard levels. Oh my gosh, it hurt my head. My head literally hurts. I actually have a headache. I literally have a headache. Not a key. Of course the key has to be pushed. Oh, I see. I get it. That's what I'm talking about. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel like good big brain friend. Where is Flag? Wall is defeat now? Nope, nope, nope. Where's Flag, though? Flag is not? Is Flag not? just make Baba win. Baba will win. Why was flag not win? Why? Where is flag? Why? Why is flag not? See, that's big brain. That's where the big brain comes from. Did we get the flower? We did. And we need 3 flowers to get down there. Understood. Is that the whole game? Is this the first level of mini? Do I get more flowers for the more of these that I complete? Or do I only get it if I beat individual levels? Flag is rock. Rock is rock. Wall is stop. Flag is win. Baba is you. No. No. Flag is wall. What? Does not compute. What if rock is not rock? What if rock is flag? Boom jams. Exactly, Zando. 7. Okay. Key is push. Open. Cannot push. Push. Hang on, I see. I got it. Hang on. I got it. Hang on. I got it. I get your puzzle. I wasn't born on yesterday, okay? I might have been born on yesterday. I wasn't born on yesterday. Door's not shut. Door is open. Door is open. Door is open. Door is open. What do you mean? Door is key. House is mess. Wife is angry. Sando is tired. Struggle is real. It reminds me of the two like gorillas. And one was like, love wife. Right wife. Wife, mad. Kill wife. Sad. Aw, come on. Man, you guys, this game, it takes all the fun out of it. Why not let me be the flag? Why not, though? I want to be the... Let me! I want to. It's not nice of you to keep telling me things that I can't do. Ah, Jelly is my bad. Oh. Jelly is also win. Yes! Yes! See? That's what we're talking about. We want big brains. Grab storage. Baba is no one right now. How am I even playing if Baba is open? Oh, Baba is you down there. I see. Can Baba be win? Baba is Baba. I see. That's very funny. Can't move flag. Can't move. Why is that a problem? I didn't even think about that. Why? Ah! I keep trying to come up with ways to get around it, and it doesn't like my ways. What are you even talking about anymore? What do you even mean anymore? What do you even mean? What do you even mean, dude? What do you mean? 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 I just solved it. I just figured it out. But it's too late. I already started over. I think I figured it out. Baba must be Baba. matter what, Baba must stay Baba. I hope this is right. What a silly, silly game. What a silly game. Oh boy. Key is you, door is shut. Key is push and open. Flag is win. Hedge and door is stop. Amazing. 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 First try. Can't believe I got it on the first try. Literally, actually, can't believe I got it on the first try. All right. Baba is you, door is stop. Key is defeat. Star is push while is stop. Key is open. Baba is shut. Amazing. Oh, come on. Why not? Why not? Why can't it be? Give me a reason. Give me a reason. Don't just tell me that. Don't just tell me. Give me a reason. Give me a reason. I need it. Just gave me two in a row for some reason with that one. Sorry? Sorry? Door has to be shut? Is that the scenario? Okay. Okay, sure. No. Okay. Big brain time. Literally the only thing I can't do is this one, and I refuse because my brain can't handle it. My brain simply cannot handle it. I got real stressed and real ornery. Okay, so I do need 3 flowers. And I got nothing for doing all of the things. Poem. Rose is red, violet is blue, flag is wind, Baba is you. I love that. What's up, Pastor Jonathan T? How we doing? How's your day? Hope everything is going good for you. I'm playing a maddening game. Ah, I did it. Nice. Oh, Perry, I didn't even know you were here. What's up, Perry? Oh, it's back to the beginning, huh? Baba is now float. Oh, Baba is float. Oh no, Baba. Baba, stop float. Not much working on a budget for my digital plan. I was asked to include rent. Yeah, well, eventually you'll probably want a building if you're anything like me, because I needed to get out of the house. Baba is float. No, it's still float. No, I'm hitting down. Okay, so I can push them. Does that mean that I'm now... Nope. Come on, dude. For real? How do I make him not float? No. Do I have to make something else float? Flag is float. Syntax doesn't work. Perry, this feels like your kind of game. No. Oh, that's true. So let's make... I don't know why I brought that is down. Let's bring it right back up. Yep. Oh no, I could have just borrowed this one. Whoa! Oh man. I've done so many of these. Okay. Water is hot, Baba is you and float. Baba is melt. Skull is defeat and float. Flag is win. Yes, indeed, I see the puzzle. Yes, Yes, yes. Brilliant. Genius. Love it. Okay. I'm not doing the special ones anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it, not after last time. Text is float, rock is push, Baba is you, flag is win, water is sink, hedge is stop. I need more tea. Oh. Wait, I thought text is float. I thought text is float. I don't understand. Okay. Well, I won. But I don't really understand text is float. Another one. This again? Surely they wouldn't throw this at me again. Oh, I see rock is float now. Here's float. Oh wait, hang on. Hang on. Text floats over water. It also floats over flags. No, I don't understand. Hang on. I'm getting it over my head. I'm gonna go make more tea. Turn it over here. While it's boiling, I'll try again. Hang on. No. I have no idea. What is my brain not doing? Flag is win, rock is push, Baba is you, rock is float over water. This one is called like Bridge. Man, I thought I was onto something there for just a second. No. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, why not? Why not? I got nothing, you guys. I got nothing. My brain just isn't in it today, or what the deal is. These puzzles, they're mind-boggling. Okay. Rock is float, flag is win, rock is push, Baba is you. This was called Bridge. Bridge building. Does rock also float over hedge? No. That's why, now, good timing. Good timing, Perry. We literally had the same thought. Bring text over, but I can't bring the flag. If something sinks in the water, it does make it go away, yes. Is this what you're thinking? As well. I don't know if that's what you were thinking, but that's what I was thinking. I'll borrow this. They float! Why? Why must they float? So I guess I can't destroy. I guess I could have destroyed push. Holy moly, this is obtuse. No. Ugh. I hate this. No. How awful. How awful. How terrible. Oh, what a nightmare. This is level 2. Okay, water is sink, Texas flow, Baba is you, cog is push. Never seen cogs before. You know what they mean. They don't work together like cogs do. Ah. Oop. Oopsies. Ah! What's up? Oh, I see. It sank. I see. It sank. Every time I think I got it, I keep keep proving to myself that I don't got it. Ah, give me a break, huh? Give me a break. Let's restart. Love this game, and I'm love watching you kind of hating this. It's a mixed bag. Tea is ready. Don't hate it. I don't love it. It's got to be something like I was doing. Any of it? What do you mean? What do you mean? Let me win! Texas win! Ay, ay, ay. Nope, nope. Careful. Nope. Nah, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't think Baba can be win. I don't think Baba is allowed to be win. What? Okay, I thought Baba couldn't be win. I thought Baba couldn't be win. But Baba can. Okay. Robot is you. Robot is stop. Flag is win. Baba is nobody. Water is sink. Pipe is stop. Thought I saw. I see. No. Still not it. What? I think I've got it. I just can't. I can't get it to do what I want. Yeah, but I can't get the robots next to each other without putting Baba against a wall. I guess I could bring Is You over. Yeah. I was so focused on getting Baba over there, I didn't really consider that I could get Is You over. I was overthinking. What's up, Christina? How we doing? How's life? How was moving? I hope it was wonderful. Catch the thief. Baba is you. Robot is move. Skull is defeat. Pipe is stop. What is win? I get it. I get it. Move was good. Still unpacking though. Oh, that's very funny. How do I get to it before he does? Oh no! Oh, I get it. Hang on. Nice. Woo! That was a close one. But I still got to figure out how to get win somewhere. Oh. That one too. I see. I got it. There's a lot of moving. I don't got it. I thought I got it. Huh. I got it. Tricky, tricky game. Tricky, tricky game. So tricky. Uh-oh. Still don't got it. Man, I thought I had it too. These darn skulls! Hang on. What? Duh. Duh, duh, duh. Nah! Never mind! Yeah. Nope. Yes. Okay. This is gonna be a lot of moving. We're about to have to get done. I'm sorry. What do you mean? Oh, don't give me that. Oh my goodness. This game's about to get on my bad side, homie. Are you for real? I don't want to do this. I don't even want to do this. This isn't fun. This is not a fun puzzle. This is too much juggling. I don't think I want to do this one. I don't think I want to do it. It doesn't feel like the payoff is worth it. Like I'm not sure it's worth doing all the work. And that's a miserable way to feel about a game. While I hit, the reward of the puzzles wasn't worth the time I was putting into it. I'm afraid that might be how I feel about this. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what actually is to happen here. No, I'm afraid I'm interpreting it well. I got it. I know the easy way to do it. Okay. Got it. Got it. That's much easier. That's much easier. Oh, wait. I guess Baba can be win. I'm gonna see what happens if I just make... No, Baba can't be win because Robot can't move. Now make it so Robot isn't you for a minute. I don't know what you mean, Perry, because I gotta put him down to the bottom. Robot has to be win. But how do I get win from robot? Okay, gosh, what in the world, dude? Oh my goodness, yo. All right, we are not doing the bonus levels. We are not doing the bonus levels. No, thank you. No, I hit B, actually. I appreciate you saying that I hit A, but I indeed did not. I hit B. My head's hurting. My head is unironically hurting. All right. Fragility. Baba is you. Baba is weak. Wall is stop. Skull is defeat. Rock is push. What do you mean I'm weak? Neat. Oopsie. Don't mind if I do, okay. Nice. Baba is you. This game is interesting. Okay. Wall is stop, water is sink, flag is win, Kiki is you, rock is push, Baba has rock, Baba is move. Say more about Baba has rock. Okay. Okay. Well, aren't we in a sticky wicket? What do we do? All right, hang on. What if I use a word, huh? There's no words I can. They'll all just get stuck. Tried to get there in time. I'm not sure what's going on anymore. What if rock has rock? What if rock has another rock? What if rock also has rock? Nobody's even asked the question of if rock had rock. No one ever considered if rock could have rock. The rock cannot move. But can I push rock twice? Ah! Rock can have rock. Yes. What if rock has rock? Brilliant. Those puzzles are fun. Those are the good ones. Those are the good ones. Okay. Who am I? Where am I? Love is me. I am love. Box is push. Box has flag. Water is hot. Love has melt. And wall is stop. Box has flag though. And I will melt. Water is hot, love is melt, love is you, box is push. Box has flag. So somehow box has to die. The only way for Box to die is for Box to melt. Box must melt. The only thing for Box to do is for Box to melt. Nope. You wanna push me around? Well, I will. You wanna take me for granted? Oh. Ha! I did it. I did it. Okay, Box has love. Love is defeat. Love is love. Love is love. Love is love. Wow. We love Woke Baba. Woke Baba is love. Kiki is you. Box is push. Text is float. Flag is win. Wall is stop. Water is sink. Christina's like, woo! Love it. Box has love. Love is defeat, but love is also love. And Kiki is me. Do I sink? I do. Texas float. Okay. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. How do I get across the water? Oh, the box is me. just joined, and this game makes no sense to me at all. It is weird. It is very, very strange. I'd love to say I have some magic explanation for you, Chuck, but I do not, my friend. I'm quite confused myself. Box is box. I mean, try and deny me that, okay? You is box. Box is you. What if box has box? And we just perpetually box? How many times can we do that? Oopsie. Let's try it. Okay. Okay. That was kind of similar to our Rock Has Rock, though, wasn't it? We just had to get box. Where's the key? Key is open. Box is weak. Box has key. Baba is you. And. And. Okay, so I gotta find box. Baba is box. Box is Baba. Box is you. Baba is box. Ah, bogus. Lame. Okay, Baba is you and box. Lame. Lame sauce. Let me solve the puzzle, thank you. I know it says Baba is Baba, but it makes me mad when it does that. Baba has box? Can Baba has box? Can Baba has box? And box is Baba? Now I should have to die. Whoopsie. No. Yay! Nope. Box has key and Baba. No. And box? Can you do and is? Fox has key. Thank you for following Gorm. I doubt it. I doubt it's gonna let me do the double syntax. But won't I just die? Then the game's over. Key is you. Can I make key you? My brain is exploding. My brain is exploding out of my ears. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Can I be key? Okay, I think I got it. Whoa. No. No. Okay, I think I got No, stop it. Okay, box. Wait. Key is you. Key is you. Box has key. Box is weak. Boom jams, we got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. Oh no, I can't do it. It doesn't work that way. Oh, I thought I had it. Ah, man. Let's see if it needs another is or not. Oopsie. Okay. But then I die. He has box. And is you. Oh, I don't like this game. I don't like it. I don't care for it. Is the thing. I don't care for the game. I don't care for the way that it treats me as a person. I want to be done. This game doesn't respect me. Love is out there. Okay, box is push, box is weak, door is shut, key is open, love is win, wall and door is stop, bye-bye is you. No, I have to. I must. Harry, I must. Why is Has up there? Why is Has up there? Get it out of there. Why is Has up there? Just want to be done. Why is Has up there? Get out of here. Because I need 2 of them. I got it. Hang on. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. I got it. Don't say anything. Don't tell me I'm wrong. I already know I'm wrong. But let me do my failed attempt because I already know it's not going to go well. Okay. No. No. It's not what I did. Other way around. I don't think this is right, but I'm going to do it again. Ah. No! You silly, silly game. Oh boy. And we're back where we were, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know how I just did that, but we're going to take it all the way to the bank. We are going to take it all the way to the bank. No, I am hitting B. I am hitting B. B means back. Woo. All right, so that's open now. So I feel like I should go find out why. Did it say level finale? Level? As in there are many of these? It's not just one map? Not just one world? And it feels like that's what that means. Kind of feels like that's what that means. Okay. Wall and rock is stop. Bubba is you. Belt is belt. Baba is push. Baba is hot. Ice is melt. Ice has wall. Belt is shift. Rock is rock. Flag is nothing. Rock is weak. Kiki is push. Do I want belt to be shift or not? I see. No. Return. Get out of here. What? Okay, so I clearly want rock to be push, right? This almost feels above my pay grade. I guess I could have put Kiki wherever I wanted. Is Kiki also stopped, or would Kiki not be stopped? Kiki is also stopped. Ooh, boy. I don't know. I don't have any idea. I was afraid of that. I don't even have the slightest inkling of idea of what I need to do. Not even a little. I don't even have a little idea. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know. I'm like just staring at it. At all the options, and none of them mean anything. Sorry to be able to gotta go. Wishing you the best. All good, Perry. It's just gonna be a bunch of me staring at this thing incredulously. I got no clue. Like normally I at least like have a general idea of what needs to happen, you know? Couldn't even guess. I can't do anything. I don't know if I've ever felt so completely clueless in my entire life. There's nothing to be done. There's nothing to be done. There's no options to be done. There's nothing to be pursued. Can't push rock. Kiki can't push rock. Can't go in stops. Melting walls do nothing. Belt shift does nothing. I don't have any idea. I'm gonna look it up because honestly, I can't even. Push Kiki into the hole directly below shift. Oopsie. That's not good. Okay. Brake belt is shift. Pushing exactly is shift up. Enter the top right room containing rock from the topmost entrance. Push it all the way down, then leave using the same entrance. Push is into the top right room through the very bottom entrance. Push is into the top right room then, using the rightmost entrance, push rockin' is so that rock is one block apart from the left word. I'm trapped now. Exit through the top. Then push until it overlaps topmost. Tell me more about that. Push Kiki to form Kiki is move. Move to reform. No, she won't. No, she won't. No, she won't. No, she won't. She will not, in fact, do that you said. I at least get what it wants me to do now. But only a little. Sort of. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. That's on me. That's on me. Look, that's on me, okay? That one was on me. Okay. Now we do it all again. Now we do the whole thing. Uh-oh. I'm about to make a big whoopsie. Okay, so now I have to do that, and then I can skate through here. Then I can push the rock, push flag is win. Go. Oh, wow. Wow. What do these mean? No. See, that's what B does. Good job. Where was 4? Where's 4? Oh, boy. Love is telepathic? A teleporter. Dummy. Got it. Definitely further than I am. Good job persevering. Glad you have a new favorite video game. I look forward to Baba Mondays. Absolutely not. In truth, I will probably never be playing it again. Oh. Uh-oh. probably be it for Baba Is You. Do we have to, though? Why can't you just do exactly what I want you to do? What's up, Audacity? How we doing? Oh. Okay. Okay. More of these are starting to be like, oh, neat. Glad I got it. That's starting to just be my natural response to these. Okay, Kiki is Kiki, Baba is you. While his stopwater is defeat, Key is pull. Move is move. Kiki is move. Box is shut. Box is flag. Flag is win. Key is open. Oops. Doing great. Been drawing a lot. I have a 55 megabyte artwork now with a lot of shading. That's a lot of bytes. Them's a lot of bytes. Congratulations on a magnum opus. What's up, Tricky Time Tree? How we doing? How was your weekend? Man, I really thought I had it. What? Oh, I did this level already. Pull key to open? What do you mean, though? Tell me more about that. Tell me more. What do I do right here? I don't like this game, Tricky Time Tree. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't like it. Just let me! Just let me! I'm gonna eat my artwork into the art channel on the server, just maybe not in 10,000 by 6,000 pixels. Thank you. That is a lot of pixels. Did not know that. Did not know that. At all. To say the least. Was not privy to that information. That's not what I meant. No, no! Uh-oh. Did I done do it? I think I done did it. Man. Man, come on! I know how to do it now. I know how to do it. I know how to do it. I just got to do the right steps to do the thing. Now I just got to do the steps to do the thing. If I can do the steps, then I can do it. I got to set Kiki up just right. We're going to move all these things out of... I can't, because it's got to stay down on the stupid bottom. I'm going to give myself a brain aneurysm of a stinking game, dude. No, no, that's not what I want you to do. This will probably be our last one for the day. We got 4 minutes left on stream. Okay, Kiki, go get the stinking key. Hi, hi. Why? 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 How do I get it into the box? How do I get it into the box? How do I do it? Key is open, box is shut, box has flag, flag is when. Don't overthink the box. Don't tell me not to overthink it. This game is all one big overthinking. It's all one giant overthink. I don't know how to get the... Oh, I can step on the box. Woof. Ooh, yeah, I'm done with this game. That is probably it for me. Really good game. Really, really tough. Honestly, far too challenging for my little peon brain. Far too challenging for my minuscule, tiny, tiny, tiny little brain. I am totally overworked. My head hurts so bad. 2.5 hours of those puzzles. No. Maybe in a life before I had children I could have done those, but I don't know, dude. I've been dumbed down since I've had 2 daughters. The puzzles, some of the puzzles, I will say this, some of the puzzles were really good. Some of the puzzles were real not good. Some of them were just kind of silly. Some of them were silly. Some of them were excellent, and then others of them were silly. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll play it more on my own time. I definitely will not be playing it on more streams. Honestly, that would be a wonderful mobile game. I would play the tar out of that game if it were on my phone. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. If it were on my phone, I would probably play it a whole lot more. Maybe I'll play it on my Steam Deck. But I definitely will not play it on my computer. I would play it on stream. I'd play it on my phone. I'd play it on my Steam Deck. I would not play it in my own volition on the computer. That's what I'll say. Not that kind of game, unless I'm just really in the mood for a puzzle. And sometimes I am, but not often. But very well done. Gets across the point that it needs to, does what it needs to do. Compelling. It feels like you're developing a video game. Did I actually say it backwards? It's very possible. I would say the game itself, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. You need to have spare time to do puzzles. Yeah, I don't have the time. I like some puzzles. I like puzzlers, I like mysteries, that kind of stuff. But oh boy, that was quite a journey. I need to at least the next time I play it, if people voted to play it on a VarieTuesday or something like that, I would need to take a Advil beforehand because it hurt my brain space. My brain space is hurting. But we've played it. That was our 10th game of the year. We've played 10 games, not on the stream, but I've played 10 games in 10 days. That's kind of fun. That's kind of neat. Isn't that neat? I think that's neat. So yeah, we're going to call it a day there, folks. We're going to go find somebody to raid. We are Checkpoint Church. We're really a church for nerds, geeks, and gamers. Really doing the whole church thing. And we believe that 3 things are true about every single one of you out there, regardless of whether or not you believe in God, don't believe in God, go to church, don't go to church, any of that stuff. None of it makes a difference. We still believe these 3 things to be true about every single one of you. Number 1, that God loves you, like really, really loves you. Number 2, we love you, we want community with you. That's what we're doing here. Number 3, we believe that you, yes, you, no matter who you are, where you've been, what you've done, we believe that you matter. So if you would do me a favor, whenever we go raid somebody that I still haven't figured out who we're going to raid, whenever we go raid somebody, would you spam them a bunch of you matters in the chat? That would be awesome if you would consider doing that for me. We raided Centurnal yesterday. How do you check your followers list? I just check my followed channels. Normally I like to go to whoever has the lowest view count to give them a boost. So we're going to go to Gen Cam Plays Board Games. Gen Cam, kind of like puzzles. Let's raid Gen Cam Plays Board Games. Again, let them know they matter. Spam some you matters in those chat for me. I so appreciate it, folks. We'll be back on tomorrow morning for our Nerdy Sermon Talk back on Pentiment. Pentiment, a game that I really enjoyed. One of my favorite games I played of last year. So let's talk about that tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. And other than that, I appreciate you being here again. Remember, God loves you. We love you. You matter. Until next time, bye-bye.